Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to Bustin' Rainbow Six Siege. Today we are myth-busting Azami, the brand new defender for Rainbow Six Siege's new season, Demon Veil. And this new operator's main gadget is a throwing knife that you can throw at surfaces. It will then create a disc of kind of foam, which will then solidify into a bulletproof shield. And she's incredibly versatile. So let's cover some of the basics. You can simply melee these to actually destroy them. You can also use explosives to blow them up. And if you actually stand on them, they'll break as well. And this goes for kind of vertical orientation too. And that covers the basics, so let's move on to the myths. Azami can destroy GOYO's canisters. So this is actually very interesting because these canisters, of course, are bulletproof. But this gadget that is just basically some sort of expanding foam actually destroys them. And that is super interesting. It also causes fire. However, there was an update on the test server to fix that. And what happens now is they will be destroyed, but they will not actually go on fire, which is a very interesting choice to make. And I'm not sure which version I actually prefer more, because the ability to set them on fire and put up a bulletproof wall is really good, and destroying the canister potentially by accident and not setting the fire off might be detrimental, but of course it might also be an advantage because you might have not meant to set it off as well. So that's confirmed. GOYO's canister is destroyed by Azami's expanding gadget. But this result got me thinking, if this thing can take out bulletproof gadgets, there's some real big potential game changers in here that I didn't even comprehend before. So let's start with MAESTRO, of course, not a defender operator, but with a gadget that is extraordinarily solid and usually would need explosives to destroy. And Azami's gadget just takes it out like it's nothing at all. Now I did immediately think, could this be used by trollers? And of course, Azami does have impact grenades as an option, so it wouldn't exactly be stopping them either way if this gadget actually left the bulletproof cams alone. But certainly it is confirmed it destroys bulletproof gadgets. So let's take that to the next logical step, which is FLORES. Because right now there isn't really a direct counter to FLORES' bulletproof drone when it's going into that explosive mode. And Azami here is able to destroy it in its non-bulletproof mode. But let's actually see what happens when we put this thing into detonation mode. And this to me is pretty damn cool, because this means that she is a hard counter for FLORES, which we haven't really had. Now of course you can use explosives to take the drone out, but that's kind of defeating the purpose of stopping the explosive drone with explosives. So yeah, this girl has the ability to totally nullify FLORES in quite a few situations, and I could see this being a legit strategy that I did not know she was capable of. So that is really, really cool, and that is confirmed. Azami's gadget can destroy castle barricades, so I expect Castle and Azami to actually team up, but if you put it on the wrong angle, it will take out the castle barricade in a single go. Now this is actually useful if you're out roaming and you're returning to site and you find a castle in your way that you need to get past, then it's actually quite handy to be able to get through it really, really quickly. So certainly confirmed. Azami's gadget is impervious to bullets, even sniper rifles, so Glaz and Kali. But this one here is showing how Kali's sniper rifle has no effect on this barricade whatsoever. And obviously every single round will do nothing. But Kali does have, of course, her gadget, which we can show off. As that has explosive elements, it will take out the barricade quite successfully. So here's an example. Now that one didn't seem to actually penetrate through, so I did redo it because I wanted to see if the actual kind of explosive tip made it through to the other side of the barricade. So we're going to take one more look at it, and you can see it hidden and it pops through the other side. So it did successfully penetrate and of course destroy. So that is confirmed. So this gadget is a throwing knife, and of course a throwing knife probably should kill or seriously injure the attacking players. And it looks sharp, it looks like it's made of metal, it looks like it's got some decent weight to it, but it just bounces off players. It does a total of 5 damage, and it's kind of weird. I'm kind of like, why did they make it a throwing knife if it isn't going to do any damage? And especially the look of it as well. You can also see here, I did try to do a long range kill on a low health operator because I wanted to see the knife like fly through the air for a really long time, but unfortunately it doesn't actually work like that. I have put in a bug report, so we'll see if they fix it, but certainly it is busted. It does almost no damage. Now, one of the best counters against the new operator is going to be Old Faithful, and that is Sledge, because one melee hit with his hammer is just going to take these barricades out, and he can just go right through them very, very quickly. So just like Castle Barricades, he is extremely versatile against this operator, and definitely confirmed. Azami can counter Fuse. So going into this, I thought there was a lot of opportunity to potentially counter Fuse with this gadget. Of course, it expands and it destroys other gadgets, so I thought I could use it to actually take out the Fuse cluster charge, and it does work. But of course, it's just as easy to shoot it as well, so it's probably not that great for it. Also, you can see here, we got Fuse putting it onto the wooden barricade and then through Azami's barricade, and what happens is it just goes straight through, no hole, no nothing, and it doesn't damage it, unless of course one of the actual grenades is close enough to take out the barricade. But yeah, not exactly useful, but I thought, hold on, maybe we can use this on reinforced walls. So first of all, I set up a test with a soft wall, just to see how exactly it works. Because of course we just did a wooden barricade, may as well test with a wall. Works exactly the same as a wooden barricade. Now onto the reinforced wall. Of course, what happens here is that the charge kind of burns through, then comes through. And what is the problem with that is if you throw it out early, it'll just actually end up detonating straight through the barricade and doesn't take out the charge at all. So if you know there's a fuse burning through the wall right there, best thing again to do is just simply aim at it and then shoot it, rather than try to throw this gadget up. Now of course, one grenade is always going to get through with the way this fuse cluster charge works here. So even if you time it perfectly, you're still going to have one grenade coming through whether you shoot it or throw this at the right time. So yeah, I don't think that she's a good counter for Fuse, unfortunately. The only times I might see it being somewhat useful is Sealants. When he's fusing down, you could throw up the gadget and take out the fuse cluster charge, and that might sometimes be a little bit easier to kind of manage rather than shooting it. Can Azami stop Hibana? So this is kind of twofold. First of all, of course, will the charges actually destroy the barricade, and if they do, will they leave a hole? So we're going to just use one pellet only here to show what happens. So we'll start burning through it. You can see that we have the smoke effect on the other side, and it detonates, destroying it. Now if we do the same thing on our reinforced wall, where we actually have a barricade on the other side, we can see how it is affected here. So again, we'll start burning through. You can see the smoke effect, letting you know Hibana is coming through, and it'll explode, destroying the wall and the barricade in one, making it a very clean hole there. So Hibana is a very, very good counter, because of course she can go down to 2 charges per shot and take out pretty much all those barricades very, very fast if she wants to. Now guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. This is part 1. There is a part 2 because this girl is just so complicated. And in part 2 we'll find out if Azami is a good counter to Maverick. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.